Hello YouTube, Luigi here. Today is Friday the 16th of October 2015. We're going to do an unboxing. You can see it's a Kershaw. It is the Kershaw 7200 Launch 2. Button out the side automatic. They introduced three, the Launch 1, the Launch 2, and the Launch 3. This is the number 2, and I'll show you the 1 and 2, the 1 and 3 briefly. This is the Launch 1. It's not the longest of the three, but it's the broadest. It's got the biggest blade, a little bit of a harpoon. They're all good-looking knives. Here's the Launch 3, which is very much like the Launch 2, except it has this finger guard down here, which is a safety thing, and it's a very nice feature. The Launch 2, which you're going to see, does not have it, but I chose the 2 because of my personal preferences, as should you. Choose one of these three because of what you like. Here it is. The Launch 2. You see the red button? That's the actuator. It's got holes for tip up, right or left side. There's no tip down, and that's okay because the buttons here, you usually don't see tip down in an automatic. There's that hex pivot head on the back side that's let into the frame. The frame is anodized aluminum. It's got a bit of a texture on it, but it's not real slick. It's got just the tiniest bit of feels like a light blasting or something on the texture. I think it's a good looking frame. The button, which we're going to press in a minute here, is recessed so it can't go off accidentally. There is no lock on this. A lot of autos have locks on it for safety. This one does not, so opens really fast, really snappy. We have a 3 1/4 inch light stone washed CPM 154 blade here, drop point. So it's Kershaw Auto on this side, and it's got the model number, the KAI, made in USA. There's the CPM 154. Now, let's talk about some things here. The lockup is really solid, up to down, left to right. The centering, as you can see, is quite good. It's practically perfect if it's not perfect. There is no lanyard hole through the frame, but there is this lanyard pass-through here. See, there you can see it. So it will accommodate a lanyard. It's just not the usual, what we're used to seeing, the hole that goes bored directly through the frame. Let's talk about the category here. You know, I grew up with West Side Story, and Bernardo of the Sharks, played by George Chakiris, probably the strongest male role in the whole movie. Here's a movie that was nominated for 10 Academy Awards. My God, if you haven't seen West Side Story, do yourself a favor. Bernardo, leader of the Sharks gang in the west side of New York, goes into a rumble with the Jets. The Sharks were Puerto Ricans. The Jets were every hodgepodge of American immigrants, but white Europeans. And they have this rumble, and they're pulling out switchblades. You know, the old swing guard, stiletto type, skinny switchblade. That was the only sort of automatic knife that I grew up knowing about, and therefore, because I saw it in a rumble, I always saw the switchblade as a tactical fighting knife. Well, here's a switchblade, but because it has no real texture and no finger guard, you could slip off and go forward. I would not call this knife tactical by any means. It's just an automatic opener. It's a great EDC size. 3 1/4 inch is like the threshold of my sweet spot on a knife, and I wouldn't call it tactical, but it's a great EDC size. Now, where have we seen this before and recently from me? This is a Boker automatic. Really nice knife, but same thing. Smooth. You know, there's no finger guard. You could slip off this and go forward and slice your hands to ribbons. So here's another automatic that is not tactical. Does this mean they're gentlemen's automatics? Well, maybe. This one looks that refined. This one has a refined look about it too. But this is definitely a good EDC blade, as long as you don't slip forward and do something stupid, okay? Okay. The MSRP on this was $139. I got it for $88. I think I got it at Blade HQ. It's got a plunger lock, which you can probably see in here if I do it right. I don't know if you can see that plunger going down. The plunger allows you to close it. It's a pretty forceful torsion, and I think this is probably always going to be a two-handed close. How does it carry? Well, let's look at the clip. This clip is fine. I have no issues with the design of the clip. And it's up there about as high as it can be. It carries like that. The only way to make it carry deeper in your pocket than that and leave the holes where they are would be to get a loop over. I don't know if a secondary market loop over type clip is available, but that would be the only way to do it. Now, this doesn't bother me, this much sticking out. I know it bothers some. They go for maximum concealment. I'd like to be able to grab it and pull it out. So, the Kershaw Launch 2. 7200 is the model number. No finger guard, like you saw with the Launch 3. The Launch 1 has a finger groove. This is more of a minimalistic design. There is not even jimping anywhere on this knife. Nowhere. It has a look on the frame of an integral frame. It's got that appearance, but it really isn't. It's two halves, you know, concealed. Well, not concealed. You can see them here on the back side. But you don't see any screws on the presentation side. That adds to its look of being an integral frame knife. It feels really good. I got to tell you that. It's not the most secure grip in the world if you were to plunge or stab and your hand slides forward. I'm afraid you're going to get cut. It just wasn't designed that way. I was aware of that going into it. I chose the aesthetic over the function in that regard. Be careful. Just know about that when you get it, if you get it. I like it. I've got 5 automatics now. I think I'll do a video of showcasing all of them because none of them were really expensive. This might be the most expensive of my automatics. $88. All right, everybody. God bless you. Take good care and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.